Yes, sir, guys. Welcome back. Believe it or not, in the last month, I have had 3 separate people message me on Instagram saying something along the lines of, "What up, Dr. Kegleg G-Spot, and whatever the fuck your name is? I am a 12-year-old boy or a 14-year-old boy, and I don't know if my genetics are good enough. I dream of being a pro, whatever, triathlete like Kristen Blumen, Bloggenfield, or a pro biker like Sepp or Koos or whatever, but I don't know if I have the genetics necessary to do it. I had a VO2 test and whatever, and I had this number. I don't know if I should even try." And guys, literally 3 separate people messaged me, so I thought, let's make a video, because guess what? I also had these doubts when I was a young up-and-coming endurance athlete, thinking, God, is this even worth trying? Do I even have the baseline genetic possibility that's even going to give me the slight chance to possibly become an elite level endurance athlete or a pro endurance athlete? I definitely had those doubts, so I thought it was an interesting idea, guys. Do genetics matter? What are these genetic things that actually matter? Can you actually test them when you're a young person? Does that shit even mean anything? Do genetics matter, guys? Let's get right into it. Let's start, guys, by answering this question. Who is winning the Tour de France? Let's be real. The guy who is most talented. Nothing else. That's the shitty part of this answer, guys. The guy that wins these world tour bike races or these top level elite competitions in any sport is the guy that is the most talented. Straight up. The most genetically talented human is going to win that race, guys. Why is that? Because all these guys at the elite level are totally optimized. They have all the advantages. They're all more or less working on an even playing field. Why? They've got the best coaches. They've got the best nutrition. They're more or less training in the exact same way. They all have grand tours in their legs. They all have the advantages of being in a pro as hell setup where everything is completely dialed. The only factor for these guys that can differentiate them from the guy who is doing the exact same training, eating the exact same food, has the exact same body fat percentage as they are, has done the exact same altitude training camp as they are, has done the exact same everything as they are, is genetic talent. That's the reality, okay? Straight up, Tadej Pogačar wins because he is the freakiest, crazy, genetically talented human that the sport has ever seen in the last 30 years, okay? That's the straight up reality. But this is the thing, guys. You, as a 13-year-old boy who is messaging me, I don't know if I have the VO2 necessary to try and be a pro. Should I even try, Keegan? Yes, you should, because this is the thing, guys. You do not know how good your genetics are until you have years and years and years of training in your body, okay? You have to get to your capacity to see, wow, I am a freaking donkey. I do not have the genetics, guys. Or you might be one of those people that as a young kid, maybe you're not shining in these races. Let's think back to a Sepp Kuss, guys, who I grew up with. Sepp Kuss is a year older than mine. He's one of my buddies. And let's be real, guys, when we were younger racing, Sepp was a damn good racer, but he was not any better than I was. Half the races I'd beat him. Sometimes he'd blow my doors off. I'd even beat him a few times. We weren't that different, okay, guys? Nobody saw Sepp Kuss as a wow. This guy, that's a future Grand Tour champion right there. Sepp didn't see this at all. This wasn't even a remote thought in his mind, guys. But what is the thing that Sepp Kuss has that no genetic test can ever show, no VO2 test can ever show? He has an ability to tolerate training load that is unbelievable. So what happens, guys? Sepp Kuss goes to these races. He gets these hard world tour stage races in his legs. And while another guy who is the same VO2 max as Sepp, the same 20-minute fresh power as Sepp, does these races, and afterwards he's in a body bag. He's totally smashed. Sepp has a weird genetic talent, and he's able to take that training load, that incredibly hard stimulus of training and racing load that race gave him, and his body is able to absorb it. Now, that is a genetic talent way more important than anything. So, year after year, Sepp Kuss goes, doing the Giro d'Italia, comes back, and he's able to take in that Giro d'Italia training load an absolute death march for 3 weeks. He's able to take that load in and improve from it. Whereas the other guy who is the same on paper as Sepp Kuss, his body just isn't able to tolerate that, and he's smoked. Maybe his body goes into a major rejection. He's not able to train for a couple of weeks because he's so dead. And Sepp Kuss is going back to training, and he's getting stronger. That is the difference, guys. And Sepp Kuss didn't know he had that. Nobody knew he had that, okay? So it took him so many more years to get to the point where he could actually exploit his real genetic talent. Now, Sepp Kuss ended up winning a freaking Grand Tour. He's in one of the best riders that we've seen in many, many years. Nobody knew that, guys. And Sepp, if he would have quit at the beginning thinking, oof, because there were guys that were blowing the doors off Sepp Kuss when we were 16, 17, 18 years old. Much better than his guy, okay? But nobody knew that Sepp had this ability. So for these young kids out there, absolutely, you need to give it a chance. You don't know your genetic talent, guys. That's the reality. You got to give it a real chance and give your body the chance to actually get to that peak. Like I say, it's always about getting to your own maximum capacity, and we need to take pride and satisfaction in that. Okay, guys? So this is kind of my little rant on the day. Yes, genetics do matter. Of course they freaking matter. Unfortunately, they do. There's always going to be someone that makes that freak genetic talent, that your local freak genetic kid who you just think, God damn, that guy's so freaking talented. There's always going to be someone that makes that guy literally look like the biggest shit kicker in the world. And there's also going to be a guy that makes Remco Evenepoel, who is just an unexplainably insanely talented human. There's going to be a guy named Tadej Pogačar who makes that guy look like the biggest shit kicker in the world. Literally, there's always someone better out there, guys, unless you're Pogačar, who, goddamn, what a freaking luck he had. So this is a bit of a rant for the day, guys. Do not quit before you even gave it a chance. Try it out, see what you can do, commit to the plan, and you never know where you can get, guys. It's an awesome, awesome journey. So if you like the video, give me that like, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.